Dana.
Sure.
Well, the crooks have hit a new low, trying to steal from men, women, and children who are suffering with blood cancers.
Yeah, the call came into the Get Gephardt hotline from a Sandy man who's been trying to raise money to find a cure, and Matt started investigating.
Yeah, you ever heard of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society? Very neat charity out there. It raises money to try to fight blood cancer. But now, some anonymous crooks have stolen their good name to try and fool us into giving money that should be going to find a cure to them. So let's make sure that when we open our wallets, the money is going to the right place. When Zach Robinson straps on his shoes next month for the Ogden Marathon, he won't only be running for his own health, he'll be running for the health of others.
And then the purple shirt is the one that we actually wear on race day.
Zach is a member of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Team in Training. He and countless others run to raise money to help fight blood cancers.
I enjoy the sport of running, and this is a way to raise some money to help with the cause that I think is important. It looks official.
So imagine Zach's surprise when he got an email seemingly from the Leukemia Society. It seems Zach could be paid to raise money. Well, that doesn't sound right. Here's how the scam works. First, you'll receive a check with the instructions to deposit it, keep a few $100s for yourself as payment, and then wire the rest off to someone else, someone supposedly with the Leukemia Society. But that someone else is really the thief. The original check that he sent you, it will bounce and you'll be out all the money you sent away. I contacted the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society at their corporate headquarters in New York. They said the privacy of all their donors is totally safe. Their system was never hacked. These emails seem to be going out totally at random. As for Zach, he just wants to make sure that when people do send money to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, it makes it to the right place.
I think it's pretty jacked up that someone would take a foundation like Team in Training Leukemia Lymphoma Society and use it to take advantage of other people. And I just can't fathom that someone can sleep at night but doing that.
It is unlikely that any money sent to a thief in this case will ever be recovered because they operate outside the United States. If you would like to make a donation to the actual Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, I put a link on how to do so on our website. Go to connectutah.com and click on Get Gephardt. And if you have a problem you can't solve, maybe I can. The number 801-839-1250 or my email address gephardt@kutv.tv. I mean, really a new low, guys. Stealing from cancer patients. I mean,
yeah, these guys will do anything to try to get our money. They don't care. They don't have a conscience.
No. And when you send money away, we'll talk to the FBI about this. It goes to fund terrorism sometimes. I mean, these are really, really bad people.
Yep.
Make sure the money goes to the right people.
All right, Matt.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to 2 News. You wouldn't buy a product for 500% more than it's worth.
Oh, but that's exactly what a Sandy family did, and they think they were cleverly deceived. Tonight, they've decided to get Gephardt, trying to warn others not to do the same thing.
Exactly, right? And we're talking about ticket scalping here. You've probably seen ticket scalpers hanging out in front of stadiums and arenas on the night of a game or show, jacking up the price of tickets after the event sells out. Well, now scalpers are turning to the internet and maybe counting on you not reading the fine print.
Once upon a time,
6-year-old Amy loves everything Sleeping Beauty. The book, the movie, even the dress Princess Aurora wears.
She wears my favorite color.
So when Amy learned that Ballet West would be performing the fairy tale on stage, you can imagine her excitement.
She saw a billboard about the Sleeping Beauty Ballet, and so she begged to go.
Amy's parents got online to buy tickets. They searched for Capitol Theater in Salt Lake City, and from capitoltheater.org, they bought 2 tickets.
The total $179.82.
But when the tickets arrived, look, face value was only $18.
I thought it must be a mistake. They sent us the wrong tickets.
But no mistake. Take a look. Nancy thought they were buying directly from Capitol Theater, and why wouldn't she? Someone worked very hard to make this website look official. It's capital-theater.org. It has listings for all of the upcoming shows in Salt Lake, and it even has a photo of the Salt Lake Theater. But the real owner of this site is a Chicago ticket scalper called Seats.com. Was that surprising when you saw that?
Absolutely shocked.
It seems like they're trying to be deceptive.
John Roque with Ballet West says this is not the first time he's heard about people being fooled by these clever websites. They're everywhere. For example, Ballet West sells their tickets through arctix.org, but only use one T, or Use .com instead of .org and you'll find yourself on one of these ticket resellers. And he says these transactions give his ballet company a bad name because people think it's they who've jacked up their prices.
And that's what hurts us, is that these people think they're dealing with Ballet West, and they're not.
Are you sold out?
No, staff tickets available, and they're not $90 for the back of the balcony.
We felt really ripped off.
As for Amy, she will get to see her show in some really pricey cheap seats. TheSeats.com did not return any of our calls. Ticket scalping is legal in the state of Utah, so watch out who you're buying tickets from. If there's something you think I should investigate, the number is 801-839-1250 or my email address, gephardt@kutv.tv.
It's a nice gesture to take their daughter's Sleeping Beauty. Just didn't quite work out.
They could have gone for $32 instead of $180, but you know, they went last week. It runs through the end of the week, and they said it was a lovely show.
Good. All right, Matt, thanks. Well, game apps on your smartphone can be fun for kids, but some supposedly free apps could be costing you big money.
Yeah, Matt Gephardt's been looking into this. Matt, a free app should be free. It shouldn't cost you anything, right?
No, it really should not. Like Shauna said, if the game's free, it shouldn't cost you anything, but as you'll see, many parents are finding their credit cards with all sorts of surprise charges. How can that be?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm selling cookie dough.
5-year-old Quinn is trying to raise money for her school.
Oh, this is why a macadamia and nut.
Quinn is selling real food for real money.
Let me write you a check.
And after a tough afternoon selling, Quinn likes to relax with game apps on her mom's iPhone.
If you get to there, you get more points.
This game is called Touch Pet's Cat. Quinn adopts a kitten, then takes care of it. What are you doing?
Getting him dressed.
In order to feed, clothe, and play with her cat, Quinn must buy food, clothes, and toys. She pays using free coins that she collects in the game. But collecting all those coins can be awfully time-consuming. So Quinn says while playing the game, it made her an offer. And something popped up?
Yeah, then I clicked yes. I bought something accidentally.
The offer was for a whole bunch of pretend game coins, but then the surprise for Mom Randy when she checked her bank account.
And there was an iTunes charge for $15. And I kept thinking back, how many songs did I download?
Nope, not songs.
It was for food for the Touch Cat.
That's right, and worse, Randy says, the next day while she was at work, another pop-up.
And an alert came up that said you can buy 98 coins for your Touch Cat right now for $98. And I went, decline, decline.
And it's not just this one game. Other kids' games come with in-app charges. Take the Smurfs app. To make the withering crops grow, you must fertilize them with Smurf berries, and Smurf berries can be purchased for real money through Apple iTunes. Or the game Bakery Store. It can take hours to cook your pretend baked goods. Unless you want to speed up the process, it's simple. Just buy a few gems for real money. I tried to contact Apple, but they never did call me back. But in an interview with the Associated Press, Apple said it's simple. Parents should just password protect their phone. Well, it's not that simple. Yes, a password can keep your kid from buying in-app stuff, but only if the iPhone asks for a password, and it won't every time. On Apple products, the password is only needed to be entered every 15 minutes. So if your kid gets a hold of your phone shortly after you, say, download a song, they won't be asked for a password. There is, however, a way to really protect yourself. Apple now has a function in settings where you can turn off all in-app purchases.
I think that's crazy. I think that my child could be spending $98 without me knowing.
Look, it's almost there.
Quinn says she learned her lesson and will not be clicking yes on anything else that might pop up on the phone in the future, but it shouldn't. Mom changed the setting. Historically, these games with in-app charges have been some of the most profitable for game makers, even though when you download them, they say free. If you have a problem you can't solve, maybe I can. The number 801-839-1250 or my email address, gephardt@kutv.tv.
They're always trying to get you.
Where's that setting that you turn it off?
Yeah, it's in settings. Anybody who has an iPhone, it's in settings, and then I'll put it up online here in a minute.
I'm going to be doing that.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Okay.
All right, only 3 days left until Valentine's Day, but Rebecca wants to know how Valentine's Day got its start, and that's a good question.
And on Fridays, with a good question, we find a good answer. Matt's here tonight with an answer.
And Mark, as any man can tell you, Valentine's Day comes with a lot of pressure about the chocolates and flowers and other gifts. So who do we have to blame for all of this pressure? Let's see. Here at Cummings Chocolates in Salt Lake City, Valentine's Day is in the air.
We have about 1,000 pounds of liquid chocolate.
And why wouldn't it be? Owner Marion Cummings says after Christmas, V-Day is her busiest day of the year.
Saturday and Monday, we will have policemen in the parking lot directing traffic because we sell so many strawberries.
So, any idea how the holiday began?
No, I don't really know. I should find that out.
Yeah, it's your profession, sort of.
I know.
Yeah, St. Valentine, but because it's so cold, you need to hug and kiss to keep warm.
Good guess, but not quite. According to Catholic lore, in the 3rd century, a Roman emperor forbid any young men to marry. But St. Valentine, he married people anyway, and he was killed for it on February 14th. But according to National Geographic, the holiday actually started centuries earlier as a pagan celebration where men stripped nude and whipped young ladies to try to increase their fertility.
Whoa.
Today we just use cards. So, how much do you plan to spend on your true love this Monday? Well, according to the National Retail Foundation, the average U.S. consumer spends more than $100. Unless you're married, us married folks only spend about $60. And men, do not worry if you forget the holiday. Apparently, it's not our fault.
If you don't remember, it's your wife's fault. Because she should say, for Valentine's, I would like, until it sinks in your head and you get it.
See, honey, it's your fault. That's right. And get this, Valentine's Day will stimulate the U.S. economy to the tune of $14 billion on the single day. So thank you, Naked Pagans. And thank you, Rebecca, for the good question. I'll be back next Friday with another question to your answers. Happy Valentine's Day, Shauna.
Shauna, here's your gift.
This is our producer's bear, but I think she'd want you to have it.
I was just going to say, I'm going to highly suggest you do not give this bear to Haley.
Why? She likes the balloons more than the flowers, I think.
I think she'd like a purse.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. If your credit card offers you points or rewards, it may cost you a lot more than what you're getting back.
Well, Matt Gephardt's been investigating this one for us, and what'd you find out, Matt?
Well, you know, credit cards, they come with all sorts of incentives these days, especially cash back, airline miles, points that can add up to huge discounts or gift cards. But for most of us, for every quarter we get back, we're getting about $1 in debt. Well, that doesn't add up. Spring is almost here.
Well, you know that it's going to be all right.
Soon the malls will be busy with shoppers out to refresh their wardrobes or maybe buy that summer book.
When we go shopping.
And when it comes time to buy, will it be plastic? And if so, which card? Banks hope you'll choose their card, and to encourage you, they offer all sorts of rewards.
Award points.
Free airline flights, get the free dinner on them.
I have a Disneyland credit card, so I do get to go to Disneyland.
But before you get too excited by all the incentives, check out this report released by the Federal Reserve. Consumers rarely end up ahead. In fact, the study found that on average, when consumers sign up for a cash-back credit card, their spending goes up. And for every $25 they get back in rewards, their debt increases by $115.
Very enticing.
Preston Cochran runs the AAA Fair Credit Foundation here in Salt Lake, where they try to coach people out of debt. I asked him to review the study on his own, and he says he's not surprised by what they found.
We do see in our office quite a few consumers that take the rewards program literally and put everything that they possibly can on that card, but their spending goes way up.
More spending means more debt, and the banks make money off of giving us rewards.
People aren't really thinking about that. If you're thinking about Sky Miles, you're thinking about that trip to Hawaii that you really want to take, and how much is that trip going to actually cost you to get the rewards to pay for those miles versus if you just went out and paid for that airline ticket on your own.
So are incentives ever worth it? Well, sure, if you're like Stephanie here.
Month to month, paid off. Way to go.
She pays off her card each month. One day she'll get a rewards trip to Disneyland, and the bank will never have a chance to charge her any interest. And watch out for this trap. Credit card companies will sometimes offer rewards and a really low interest rate at the same time to entice you to sign up, then wait a few months, let you get used to getting the rewards and jack up the rate. Best advice, again, pay off your card every month if you can. That way you get 100% of the rewards and the bank gets nothing. If you have something you'd like me to look into, my number is 801-839-1250 or my email address, gephardt@kutv.tv.
So many little tricks. We all have to be.
And so if you can pay off your card every month, the rewards can be great. But if you can't, then most people can't, and they wind up spending
and
more
most
than
people
they get
don't.
back.
Most people don't. Even they like the revolving credit.
And it's so easy. You know, you got a dollar bill in your wallet, and you hand that to the guy, and oh, I'm out of money, but I don't know, get this little magic piece of plastic here. Ooh, look at how well that works. So.
This little toy.
Got to pay the piper later, though, don't you?
Thanks, Matt. All right.